Guys, I'm late to a wedding, but I had to talk about this. Iran imekuwa struck by the USA and Israel. Israel originally walikuwa wamesema ni Israel, but USA imesema pia imeparticipate in that strike. They had warned that wasipofika agreement, then they're going to attack. Of course, tulikuwa tumeona vile walikuwa wamemove a lot of military activity in the Middle East. And pia jana walikuwa wamepeana warning kwa watu wenye wanataka kuexit Israel, they should do it because they of course expect Iran ita fight back. Tukumbuke last year when Iran was attacked by Israel, now the things they attacked, wali attacked the nuclear sites. Iran ili retaliate, ilituma over 100 missiles in a couple of hours. So let's see how it goes. Also tukumbuke this is on a holy month. Tuko mwezi wa Ramadan. So I don't know how that will go about it, but we'll talk about this when I'm back. Wacheni nikimbie, you know, congratulations to my God.
Israel and the United States have just launched a missile attack against Iran. I guess Donald Trump had to do something because he said he would if Iran continued to kill its own civilians. Over 30,000 dead over there in Iran. So yeah, really turbulent times at the moment. I just got to work and that's the news that I have received. So we'll get that ready for the 1 p.m. news that I'll be reading and anything else going on around the world.
Internationally, US President Donald Trump has confirmed that the US has launched major combat operations in Iran.
Because you're there distracting me, mate. You should have been reminding me instead of clowning around in front of me.
It was too late, Sasa.
Don't
It was too late. I just came to see you the news. I guess I'm late, mate.
Yeah, you are, mate.
Yeah.
So did you guys know that Iran controls a strait where 20% of the world's oil passes? Yeah, it's story time on why the US and Israel are attacking Iran. Have a cup of tea. So first things first, apparently before, the US and Iran used to be allies. They were good G's. Until in the 20th century, they discovered oil in what? In Iran. Let me tell you guys, America loves oil. They must drink it for tea in the morning. Anyways, so when they discovered oil in Iran, a British company went and set up for them to start what? Mining this oil. But you know, like these whites, man, they'll give you that we are going to build for you this, but we're going to take like 80% for like the first 50 years. They have crazy deals. That's all you should know. So basically, Iranians started feeling like they were not benefiting from the oil that they had discovered. The economy was not doing wonderfully, like they say. Anyways, so in 1951, a prime minister known as Mohammed Mossadegh, I don't know if I've pronounced that right, but he nationalized the oil in Iran. You know what that means? It's no longer being produced by companies, but now it is the government that is doing it. Anyways, after he nationalized, obviously now the British are not happy, and everybody else is not happy really, apart from the Iranians, of course. Things are doing well, but the British could not settle. They boycotted oil that was coming from Iran. So the British, with help of the US, organized a coup in 1953 and they removed that prime minister. Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Anyways, thereafter, they instilled their own new, like basically the president of Iran. They brought a new one, and this one was called Mohammed Reza Pahlavi. He called himself the king of Iran, basically. He ruled for like 26 years, and he was building infrastructure. He gave women their rights, basically introducing the Western culture into Iran. And for those of you who don't know, Iran basically has this, it's like mixed Persian and Islamic. So anyways, this guy is ruling everything, but at the same time, he's having this secret police, removing opposition, and so Iranians, are they called Iranians or Iranians? They revolted. And they were like, no, we don't want this guy anymore. And in 1979, there was like the Islamic Revolution in Iran. Now, for those of you who remember, I already made a story on who? Saddam Hussein. Iran is a neighbor to Iraq. So anyways, we are continuing. So in 1979, a religious leader known as Ayatollah returned from exile and formed and basically headed the new Islamic state of what? Of Iran. Now, once that guy came into power, apparently there were some Iranian students who attacked the US embassy and captured about 56 American citizens and held them hostage for about 444 days. Bro, to which, of course, America gave sanctions to these guys. And I'm like, why does America have the audacity to do all that? Well, remember the petrodollar? I told you guys the deal they made with Saudi Arabia, that all the oil that will be coming from the Middle East will be priced in dollars. Yeah. So, guys, just know America doesn't go anywhere where there's no oil. Anyways, after that, obviously, Iran's economy was affected. And then in 1980, Saddam Hussein, who was also looking for oil to boost his economy, is like, I'm going to attack these guys. They just came from a revolution. They probably don't know what they are doing. They are weak. Hey, kumbe, he didn't know. Iran was ready. Anyways, that war went on for about 8 years. About 500,000 people died, and the US was backing Iraq. Remember what I told you guys? The US basically betrayed their friend, Saddam Hussein. Anyways, in 1988, apparently, the US bombed a civilian aircraft, and they apparently said that they confused it for a fighter jet, and they killed 290 Iranians. Thereafter, Iran denied the existence of Israel, and they even apparently started supporting those resistance groups in Gaza, the Hamas, in Lebanon, in Yemen, all of them against the US invasion in the Middle East. Anyway, guys, part 2, because I feel like this is so long. So part 2 of the US-Iranian conflict. Remember in the first part I told you that in 1988, the US bombed a civilian plane and killed 290 people. And they say they confused it for a fighter jet. And so Iran denied the existence of Israel and even started supporting these opposition guys like the Hamas in Gaza, those in Lebanon, those in Yemen, everybody to what? To fight against the US, Western invasion. Anyways, so after that, they didn't stop there. Iran started developing a nuclear program. Hey, said we are gonna bomb you guys. Anyways, but they said we are developing it for what? For peaceful purposes. And so the UN called them. And they were like, bro, you cannot be doing this. You need to calm down. You're not allowed to do this because you cannot be above the US. Even if they have 70 military bases across the world, it doesn't matter. Anyways, so in 2015, Iran signed a reconciliation, agreement with the UN to be like, you know what? We are going to stop with the what? With the military nuclear program on the condition that the US will stop the what? The sanctions. Because obviously the US had put sanctions because these guys, they are not obeying. Anyways, they reduced the sanctions, but guess what? In 2018, J.D. Trump became the president of the United States and said, what the fuck is going on here? I didn't make any plans to work with Iranians. Remove those sanctions, my friend. What? So in 2019, Iran attacked apparently an oil tank. And so the US sanctions even increased. In 2020, apparently, they bombed a military commander of Iran in Iraq in a drone strike. So, on October 7th of 2023, the Hamas attacked Israel, if you remember. And at the same time, apparently, Israel fired back in Gaza. That's when they killed so many people, bro. And then in June of 2025, the UN banned Iran again from continuing with that military nuclear program. But Iran was kind of also big-headed. And so apparently, Israel attacked Iran for 12 days, if you remember, back in 2025. Wow! And apparently the US got involved. Wow! So in September of 2025, the UN added more sanctions on Iran, and the food prices went up like 70%. The economy stopped doing wonderfully, you guys. And guess what? In December of last year, Iranians started protesting, wanting the removal of their current government. Okay, for them, they think the government has failed. But, bro, obviously, opposition people are saying the government has failed. The government is telling them, bro, you don't know the enemy. The true enemy here is the United States of America. Anyways, guys, so apparently, the economy continued being constrained, and people are fighting for a change in the regime. And now, the US felt like it is time to step in. And they want to bring in the son of, remember the other guy who they allied with previously, who was bringing the Western culture into Iran and ruled for 26 years. Well, they want to bring in the son of that guy to become the new Iranian president. But let me tell you guys, everything here is performative. The United States doesn't go anywhere where there's no oil, there's no finance, there's no power. And that's what they are looking for. Anyway, stay tuned for more.
Ati black chocolate ni fine melanin bana kutoka nikapate. Kanapenda kenye mi wanapenda, so kanapenda toto chupa na haga nono.
Madam na kudai, umedunga mini na unapenda mangwai. Una dance fit, unawacha nikismile. Ama niko high, jua life is nice.
Kono moja mbele, gini yenderembe. Pile up, yoni